I'm Mike James, and I'm going to show you how to find the mean value and standard deviation of a set of data using the calculator. As you should know, the mean value is simply a measure of the center of the numbers or a representative value of those numbers, and it's usually found by adding the numbers up and dividing by the number of values. Now in example 1 we have 10 numbers, and we're going to use the calculator to determine the mean and standard deviation of those values. The standard deviation is a measure of the spread of the numbers about the mean. So I'm going to go straight into the calculator mode, and I've already opened up lists and spreadsheets, as you can see on the screen, and I've got a column there called data. I've given the column a heading. It's good practice to do that, and I've put the list of numbers in to save time. Now to work out the mean and standard deviation of those numbers, we can use these steps that you should be familiar with. They're pretty standard steps, so you need to memorize them. You can hit menu and go to statistics, stat calculations, and one variable statistics. That's one variable because it's one set of data. Now we hit a little box appears saying number of lists, and we can accept the default value there, tab to OK and press enter. Now we get another pop-up box showing lots of little boxes, and the first box is quite important. It gives you the list of data, and the best way to deal with this box is to click on the click button on the calculator, and you get a drop down menu, and you would choose data because that is the heading of our column for that list of numbers. Now you can ignore frequency list and category list and include categories and tab all the way down to OK. The results will be given in column B, and we can click on OK, and there we have it. Now the calculator will generate a list of statistics, and it will include the mean value and the standard deviation. I'm just going to widen this column so we can see the values a bit more clearly. I'm also going to change the view now into computer view so we can have a look at these numbers. And you can see that the mean value is denoted by X bar. You want to remember that, and that is the value of 19.3. So the mean value of the set of numbers is 19.3. The standard deviation is given by Sx, and it's 6.3047. So you need to remember Sx is used for the standard deviation in general maths and further maths. There is another standard deviation called sigma x, which you don't need to worry about. It's worth looking at some of the other statistics. This symbol here means sum of x, and it's simply the total of all the numbers. This one you won't use, so you don't need to worry about it. And n is quite useful as a check. It gives the number of values, which is 10. And then we have the minimum value of x, which is 10. That's the smallest number. Q1x is the lower quartile. And we basically have the 5-number summary here, and we'll have a look at that later. Median of x is of course another type of average, which is the middle value after the numbers have been arranged in order of size. Q3x is the upper quartile, and max x is the largest number in the list. Don't worry about this last SSX. Okay, so there we have it for the first example. We've determined the mean value, which is 19.3, and the standard deviation. Okay, I'm now going to look at the example 2, where we have a table, and it gives the ages of people. There are 30 people, and the table is telling us that we have 2 people whose ages are between the age of 20 and 29, 5 people have an age between 30 and 39, 13 people have an age between 40 and 49, etc. Now if we need to find the mean value of these people, the mean age, we can only make an estimate because we don't know the actual ages within each group. For example, in this first row, all we know is that 2 people have an age between 20 and 29. This means that we may have a person of age 25, another person of age 27. We don't really know. So what we actually do is take a representative value of that group, and we usually find the midpoint of this group. And we can do that by adding the 20 to the 29 to give 24.5. We add the 20 to the 29, divide by 2 to give 24.5. Now, we can then use this value here, 24.5, as the age for that particular group. So we assume that 2 people have an age of 24.5. And we do the same for each group. The mid value of 30 to 39 is 34.5, and we assume that 5 of the people have an age of 34.5. And the mid value of 40 to 49 is 44.5, and we assume that 13 people have this age of 44.5. So we continue with this process, and this allows us to make an estimate of the mean age for the group of people. And we no need to worry about this first column anymore. We simply base our mean on this last column, the midpoint of the ages, and the frequency column. So we can now work out the mean value of the ages, and also the standard deviation of the group of people as well, based on this last column. So we'll go back into the calculator, and I'm now going to go back to the handheld view, and you can see here I've entered a column here called midpoint age. So I put the midpoints in to save time. I've done that already, and I've also entered the frequency. We've got a frequency column. So basically 2 people have an age of 24.5, 5 people have an age of 34.5, and so on. So we're now going to pursue the same steps as we did in the previous example to determine the mean age and the standard deviation. So we'll click on Menu, Statistics again, Stat Calculations, and one variable statistics. We can click OK here and go into this box. Now this time we'll hit the click button and choose midpoint age as our X1 list, and we'll hit the tab key, go to the next box. Now this box is quite important because we have a frequency column, so we hit the click button and we choose frequency, as you'd expect. So we then tab through to OK. We can have the results in column B. We don't need to worry about this box here, category list or include categories. So we go to OK, and there we have it. All the statistics appear as in the first example. So I'm just going to open this up a bit, go into the computer, and we can widen some of these columns and have a look at the results. And you can see that the mean age is 46.5, that looks reasonable, and also the standard deviation SX of this frequency table is 11.5669. And notice that a good check is to look at N, so 30 people in the table. The total of the frequency was 30, so that's correct as well. And there we have it. We've worked out the mean value, the mean age, and the standard deviation of that group of people using the calculator.